Hey guys, it's me, Nikki B, the elegant and regal one. How you guys doing today? Welcome to Say What Wednesdays. I am your host again, Nikki B. Immediately after me, we have DJ Hot Rizza. Shout out to founder and CEO, DJ Marvin Banks, who makes the Z100 The Beat platform possible. Guys, keep it locked. We are on Roku channel. Listen, I am super excited just to be alive and to be counted amongst the living and not the dead. We have the best DJs around. We have DJ Ace, DJ Vision, DJ DCR. We have DJ Houdini, DJ Rob, DJ Hey Mr. DJ. We have DJ Mama Fifi, and we have I got everybody this time. I'm super excited. So today we're talking about self-esteem. Does your self-esteem need a boost? What you talking about, Nikki B? Boosting that self-esteem. Because your self-esteem gotta be mighty low to knock your child's self-esteem down. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw out this disclaimer. I am on Facebook Live as well as z100thebeat.com as well as Instagram. So when you hear me go back and forth, guys, I am doing interactive radio. Now, I'm talking about self-esteem because moms and dads, your self-esteem gotta be pretty low to go out of your way to damage and knock your child's self-esteem. I say that because somebody whom you created in love, somebody whom grew in your belly and came from your loins, who you had the pleasure of nourishing, hi guys, whom you had the pleasure of nourishing, nurturing, and you bringing them up. The Lord is entrusting you with these beautiful, perfect, precious gifts because every perfect gift comes from above. And I believe that children are a blessing and not a burden. I'm going to say that again. I believe that children are a blessing and not a burden. So when it comes to parents, how could you fix your mouth to dog your own child? At what point where something goes haywire in your own life where you set out to destroy somebody else's? Because there's got to be something wrong with your mechanism. Something's got to be off to where you would target an innocent child and you would use vulgarity and that you would use such hateful words. You would call your child stupid. You call them all types of cuss words, all types of motherfuckers. You would just say all manner of evil out of your mouth about your child. Something's wrong with you to where you feel like it's okay, it's the norm, it's accepted. Don't you know when your child has been put through all of that, when they go out into the world and somebody shows them genuine love, they're not going to know how to accept it because your way of love has always been, shut up, dummy. You so stupid. Bring your dumb self here. You so pissy. You so black. You yellow. You know what I'm saying? As parents, we are our children's first love. And I have witnessed this on so many different occasions, where a parent goes out of their way to destroy their child's self-image. I don't know if it's because you're evil. I don't know if it's because you're broken. Your mama or your dad might have broke you. I don't know if it's because you think you helping your child by saying these things to them. But I promise you, you're not. I promise you, you are doing more harm than good. Open messenger, please. You're doing more harm than good to your children, to your child. Your children expect you to be their protector, is everything okay? They protect you, they expect you to be there for them, to be their biggest champion, to be their cheerleader, not somebody who condemns their every little move. Now I'm gonna tell you something, how to destroy a child's precious self-being. Parents want to believe that they are doing a particular deed or applying a specific disciplinary methodology for the child's own good. I'm going to give you some tough love. I'm going to give you tough love. I'm going to toughen you up so the world ain't going to hurt you. Baby, let me tell you something. I used to think I did my sons a disservice by always being a helicopter mom, by always being there and loving on them and telling them how smart and how brilliant they are. I'm going to tell you, those two came back and told me, Mama, you did us a solid. Because in the midst of doing all of that, I whooped they behind too. They said to me, Mama, you did us a solid. Because the way some of these children behave nowadays, you wouldn't let us be like anybody else. You told us to be independent. You taught us to think for ourselves, to make our own choices. Never once did I want to be a parent to put my child down and make them feel like they was a nobody. Never tell them they wasn't going to amount to nothing. You know, I had people say to me, you ain't no good but for laying on your back. And I was 13. And this came from a relative. All your mama children ain't going to be nothing good but for laying on your back. But had I not had the Most High down on the inside, I probably would have believed it. Y'all ain't going to be nothing, no good but for just laying on y'all back. How could you, as a person, how damaged do you have to be? How damaged are you on the inside to go out of your way to spew hate to a child? To tell a 13-year-old you ain't going to be nothing good but for laying on your back. And I said, it's just nothing but the grace of the Most High. That he is the reason that I exist. He is the air that I breathe. I am such a champion and advocate for children. Let me tell you, I stopped teaching for a while, but part of me want to go back and teach these little children because I see what's going on in the system. Because teachers are filled with hate. Teachers are overworked and underpaid. And then instead of trying to leave all of that at the gate, some of them bring it into the classroom. Parents, because it didn't work out between you and the daddy, or dads, it didn't work out between you and the mama, you take it out on the child. You tell the child you ugly just like your ugly daddy. Or you stupid just like your mama. Or you gonna be a hoe like your mama. You need to watch yourself. You need to check yourself. You need to figure out what's going on and what's broken in you before you actually lay down and decide you want to start having kids. Because it's not fair to that child that you made this decision. It is not fair to that child, and the child shouldn't be penalized because of you and your poor choices. Open messenger, please. How parents hurt their child's self-esteem by comparing children to siblings and other children. Why you can't find no husband like so-and-so? Why you can't find a wife like so-and-so? Why you always got to get these old dirty men? Why you got to always be out here chasing all these men? Ladies and gentlemen, why would you compare your children and pit them up against one another? What kind of parent are you? What's broken on the inside of you where you got to create chaos with your own children? And I'm just not talking about adult children. I'm talking about little children as well. I've seen parents boost children up to fight each other. Tell why you so stupid, why you can't make good grades like this one. I've seen it happen. What's going on with you, mom or dad, where you feel like you just gotta, this the way I'm gonna break my child. The world ain't gonna be good to your child. Lies you tell. You don't know where your child is destined. But if they have a good, strong, solid foundation, they'll go far in life. But you ain't helping. I promise you, you're not helping comparing that child and the brother and sisters to each other. What's wrong with you? Yeah, your self-esteem need a boost. Criticizing the child's innate abilities and temperament or characteristics. You mean tell me you can't tie your shoes yet? We're talking about a 3-year-old. I have seen parents put down 2- and 3-year-olds because they don't know how to tie their shoe. I have seen parents yell and slap their children because they don't know how to write their name by age 4. Newsflash, parent, not every child develops at the same level. Everybody reaches their developmental milestones when they're ready. My first child, Winston, didn't start walking until he was 15 months old. It's because he wasn't ready. He didn't want to. Xavier started walking at 8 months of age. Isn't that something? One at 15 months old, one at 8 months old. But I didn't say, oh, you moving too slow. Oh, why? Just why? Why do you wake up in the morning to wreck your child's day? You treating them like this now as a child, they're going to despise and hate you as an adult. And you even got some adult parents who sit around and pit their children against each other. Something wrong with you on the inside, mom or dad, when you feel like you got to pit your children against each other. Something wrong with you down on the inside. Your child's temperament, because they calm, you call them sissies and punks. What's wrong with you? That's a derogatory statement in itself. Not everybody is a beast. Not everybody want to go around beating somebody down. Some people just want to be calm, cool, and collected. Some people don't want to go out there and behave unseemly. Some people just want to be calm, cool, and collected. But no, you got the parent want to tell the boy, if you don't buck up and fight, you a fag. What the hell is wrong with you? How dare you? You better watch what you speak over your child. You better watch using those hateful words over your children. Whatever choice your child chooses when they grow up, that's on them. But it's your job to love them unconditionally. It's your job to pour into them. It is not your job to talk down to your child and treat them any old kind of way. No ma'am and no sir, not I said the cat and not I said the dog. How dare you? Requiring conformity. You gonna do what I say. You gonna go to, let me tell you something. College ain't for everybody. Some people want to go to trade school. Some people want to do something different. My children used to say to me, one used to say, I want to be a baby doctor. The other one used to say they want to be an attorney. Guess what? One is a historian and one is a music engineer. Okay. Plans change. They don't have to conform to what you want them to be. My brain said, okay, y'all want to be lawyers, you want to be a doctor, you got to do this, 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 and this. And I wanted to be there to help them follow through. But as they got older, they said, you know what, Mom, that's not what I want to do. It's not my job to beat them over the head and say, well, this is what you've been saying since you was a kid. Okay, if this is not what you want to do, sons, tell me what y'all want to do and then go for it. I'm not going to dog nobody because they don't want to get a college degree. I'm not going to dog you because you want to go to trade school. I'm not going to dog you because you want to go get a job. Baby, if you look around in the land now, people who don't have a degree, they getting paid just as much as people who do. Yeah. A lot of people starting to wake up and figure out that's not what I want to do. Just because mom and them got a degree don't mean I have to have a degree. But you can't piss on your child's parade every time they come around. I promise you they're not going to want to be nowhere near you. So I'm going to go back to comparing your children to their siblings. Parents often believe that if they extol a positive characteristics of other children to their so-called wayward child, their child will improve. Often the comparison does the opposite. Those who are constantly compared to others have a diminished sense of individuality and ultimately come to believe that they are worthless. Why do you compare the two? Let me tell you something. Winston is our oldest and Xavier is our youngest. And that's it. They are two totally different people, two totally different personalities. Who am I to compare the two? If you got 10 kids, you are wrong for comparing any child to the other. Why you can't find your husband like Sarah? Why you can't find your wife like John? Why you got to be out here at the strip club trying to find a wife? Let that man figure his life out. Let that girl figure out her life. It's not your job to tell them how to live it. It's not your job to talk down to them and tell them they're stupid for their choices. That's not right. It's not right at all. And I just can't quite get it as to why you would think it's okay. The Lord chose you to be their parent, but yet you slap the gift in the face every time you say something nasty and derogatory. You know what? I really just don't get it. Instead of comparing the children to each other, parents, you should focus on the positive aspects and characteristics of that child instead of tearing that child down. Children are still developing and they require a lot of positive attention and care. Comparing them to others is not the correct way to go about it. Criticizing your child's abilities, temperament, and characteristics. I'm one of my mother's calm children. And I say that we're all calm, but some of us, we can be feisty in our own way. But I think I'm one of my mom's children that tries. I try my best to stay as calm as possible. I try my best to show love and be loving to everybody. But that's not the way it's always received. I'm always seen as the weak-willed one because I'm calm and I'm positive and I'm loving and I'm giving and it's like, you know what? I learned how to not give my pearls to those pigs. Many parents are threatened and nonplussed that their child's abilities and characteristics are different from their own. These people are firm believers that their offspring should be a carbon copy of them with similar characteristics, interests, and goals. Let me tell you something. My sons don't have to do nothing like me. Be you. Be your own self. Moms, your daughter don't want to be a housewife. She don't want to stay home and have 50, 11 dozen kids. So you shouldn't treat her badly because she doesn't want to be that way. Oh, the sound is off. Hold on a second. Guys, give me a second. Let me check. I think my sound is off on Facebook. Hold on a second, guys. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. So don't compare the children to each other. You know, I don't expect Winston and Xavier to be feisty like me because I'm Nikki B and they're Winston and they're Xavier. I expect them to be their individual self. I don't expect them to want to be like me. I want them to be who they are. And parents, sometimes we push our will on our children, and it's like, hey, they're little people. They're little people. They're little. They came from us, but ultimately they belong to the Father. Ultimately, they're His. He's entrusting us to do the right thing, bring them up with the nurturing and the admonition in His word. He's trusting us to do that. But some of us, OMG, some of y'all don't deserve to have beautiful children because the way you treat them, the way you cuss at them, the way you call them dumb, stupid, ignorant. I have heard mothers and fathers call their children all types of names, and my heart go out to that child because when that child is complimented, it's like they're frozen in space. It's like they don't know what to do. It's like that's how some children respond. I told one child, come and let me hug you. He said, what is a hug? What are you doing? I said, you need a hug. But he was taught no hugs. They were taught we don't hug. You know, if you crying, get over to their corner and shut up. You don't need no hug. Just you're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. Well, guess what? Newsflash. They do cry. They have feelings. And then you wonder why we have so many angry and frustrated men because they weren't allowed to express themselves as children. They were told boys don't cry. Shut up. Suck it up. Be a man. You a girl. You a sissy. You a fag. You a punk. That's what they were told. Not being allowed to express themselves. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. That bothers me. That bothers me. Many parents believe in blind and mindless conformity. They are of the belief that it is safety in following the prevailing and or majority opinion. That's not been the case. I've always told our sons, follow the right path, even if you're going by yourself. Follow the right path. Do what's right. I don't care if 99 of your friends are telling you, let's go this way. You stay on that path all by yourself. Parents, stop telling your child to do what you say do. Allow them to figure it out. That's the one thing I had to learn with our eldest son. I had to let him bump his head. I had to figure out that this young man, he has to one day go out into the world. And I have to let him figure it out. As badly as everything in me, the mama in me wanted to be there and wrap my arms around him, and I didn't want him to have, you know how we are. We don't want him to have any boo-boos. We don't want him to go through, don't want him to see him shed any tears. But that's a part of life. That's a part of life. Well, had you not gone out there, if you'd have done what I said, no, you're wrong. That's damaging your child's self-esteem, and that's not allowing them to make their mistakes. That's what you get for going out there. You don't talk to your child like that. You do not say that to your child. You give them a chance to go out there and figure out what life is all about. Let them learn. How did you learn? Were you Mr. and Mrs. Perfect? Were you little Miss 20, 20, 20? And you made all the right decisions. You did everything right. No, you did not. You screwed up along the way. You screwed up royally in your life. And as parents, we don't want to see our child mess up. But let me tell you something. It'll make them stronger and wiser and better and well equipped to deal with life's problems. It will. It'll make them that much better and stronger. They'll love you more for it. They'll better respect. They'll gain a better and clearer perspective as to why you allowed them to go out and figure it out. But do what's right. Do what's right by your children. Do what's right. Constantly harping about their mistakes. Don't you know making mistakes is a part of life? Making mistakes, your child gonna make mistakes. You made mistakes. Your grandma made mistakes. Your mama, everybody makes mistakes. Only person is perfect, and he is sitting at the right hand of the throne of the Father. That's the only person that's perfect. So you can miss me with that. I'm perfect. I don't make no mistakes. You can miss me with that. Childhood is a time to freely explore, try on different personas, to fall on your face. However, there are some parents who equate mistakes with grave mortal sins. They often have insanely unrealistic expectations that their offspring must be perfect and blemish-free as possible. God forbid that the child should make a mistake. Making a mistake impedes to utter stupidity. They want their kids to be perfect because perfection equals success. No, it does not. Perfect. There's no perfect woman. There's no perfect body. There's no perfect man. There's no perfect nothing. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. The Bible says, mark the perfect man, for that man is, for the end of that man is what? Come on now. There's nobody perfect in the land. How dare you tell your child they got to be perfect? Their hair got to be perfect. Their teeth got to be perfect. Getting your child, you know, it's one thing to get your child braces so their teeth don't grow out of their mouth. But it's another thing telling the child you got to get your teeth whitened every 2 weeks. You got to get your hair dyed. Oh, you got... Who are you? Who's living? Is it you or the child? Whose life is it? Is it your life or is it the child's life? Winston dyes his hair 12 different colors. I'm happy he likes the rainbow. Simple as that. 1 week my baby have gold hair, he'll have red hair, he'll have blue hair, whatever. I'm just super excited. Mistake become the message, what not to do. Thank you. When I say to you, children are not perfect. They make mistakes. But look in the mirror, mom and dad, neither are you. Listen, if I go down the line and tell y'all the mistakes I've made, whoo, you'd be like, girl, you ain't got no... Look, people who live in glass houses should not throw stones. I know I'm one of them, so I don't pick up no boulders. Because I know if the stones we threw came back at us, I'd probably be dead. That's why I don't throw them. I don't throw stones at folks. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to talk my little trash, but I ain't going to go out my way to throw a stone at you. No, we ain't going to do that. Teach your child to accept mistakes and failure positively is a good way to go about things. There are a great deal of value in recognizing when you make a mistake and then correcting it. Ain't no need in beating the child over the head. There's no need. Let me tell you, teen pregnancy. They're going to go out there and they're going to do it. They're going to go out there, they're going to explore. But there's no reason to keep saying, oh, you just so hot in the tail, you stupid, you this and that. You've given them the information. Mama, don't forget, it's their life to live. If they have 50, 11 dozen children, that's on them. That's not on you. You don't have to take care of them. You really don't. And if this teen mother says, well, I want to move in with my boyfriend, let her go. What you going to do? You going to stop her? What? Are you going to hold your kids hostage for the rest of their days? Is that what you plan on doing? You plan on saying, I'm going to keep this forever crib and this forever bed for you? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to save their rattle and their blankie? Let them go. Let them be. But don't tear them down for their mistakes. Mama, I'm going to need you to work on your self-esteem. I need you to work on why you so broken and why you feel the need to always criticize and be harsh and nasty and negative to your own seed. Dad, I'm going to need you to figure out why you so mean and egregious and nasty, and you tell your sons they're gonna be fags, and if he shut up all that crying, I'm gonna need you to get it right. I'm gonna need you to figure out what's going on in you to where you just keep dogging your own children. We're their first love. We are their have I been a perfect parent? No, I have not. But I promise you, Winston Xavier can say, my mama loved us. She whooped our tail. She raised us up the best way she know how. What I did not do was tear them down, tell them they were stupid, Tell them they wasn't gonna be nothing. I told them the sky's the limit. Aim so high that failure is not an option. Well, not everybody like you, Nikki B. Well, maybe you need to get like it. Maybe you need to learn how to talk to your children. You ever wonder maybe your child may be failing and they too afraid to come to you because you're going to knock them upside the head and tell them they dumb like they dumb daddy? Or you going to tell them they stupid? You ain't going to be no good just like your nasty mama? You ever thought maybe your child can't come? It's so bad where children can't even be vulnerable with their own parents. It's bad to where your child cannot feel like I can confide in you without you pissing on me. My baby, my big boy, I still call him my babies. I don't care. Winston's 24. If he want to come lay on his mama's legs or her bosom, guess what? I'm going to let him come lay on my leg and on my bosom. You know why? Because he's never too big to say, I need my mama. Xavier, he's 20. That baby come give me a hug all day long. Yo, I'm going to tell you how you know your child is secure in you. When you near them, they come and they hug you all day long. That's a sign that your child is secure with you, that they feel safe with you, that they feel like, oh my God, I know that my mom and my dad are not going to harm me, and that I know that this is a safe space. One thing we create is a safe space. You able to say how you feel. You able to be who you are. Because out there in the world going to judge you. We know that already, but in your home, you should be able to feel as safe as possible. Your child decide that your child say, I want to live in my truth. Who are you to tell the child anything otherwise? They got to stand before the throne. Let them live in their truth. Stop knocking the children around. Oh, you're going to burn in hell. You're going to burn in hell too. You keep it up. You're going to burn too. Stop it. He says, raise them up. The word says, raise them up in the nurturing and the admonition of the Lord. Spare the rod, sport the child. Yes, they'll tell you, mama tan that hide. What? Tanned it up. And when I got to the point where I didn't want to tan their hides no more, give up the devices. And they're like, mama, no. Yes, give them up. But never once I ever fixed my mouth to call my child stupid. They didn't make the best of grades. Look back over your history. Think back when you was in middle school and elementary school. You just barely made an E. You just barely E. You know, because back then you used to get the, I'm sorry, the U and the S, unsatisfactory and the satisfactory, if y'all in my age group. You just barely made it. Yeah. You just barely slid through high school, barely slid through middle school. You barely graduated yourself. And then you have the audacity to dog and piss on your child and call it rain. No ma'am and no sir. Do not get upset when your children don't want to call you and they don't want to be around you and they don't want to be near you. It's one thing when they move out and they go and they live their own life. But it's another thing when they purposely, because of the way you pissed on them, the way you dogged them, the way you talked to them, that they just say, you know what? I'm done. Yes, Mr. Bendross.
So Jessica Page.
Hi, Jessica.
She says, thank you so much for speaking out about this.
Oh.
It's heart-wrenching to see how parents treat their kids. Please, please tell them not to call their kids demons.
Listen, let me tell you something. And also on Instagram, Terrence said, you never know when you will get that last hug. Let me tell y'all something. Jessica, I appreciate you. Terrence, I appreciate you. Jessica says, stop calling your child demons. Let me tell you one thing. I snatched up a parent. I thought I was going to lose my job. Y'all, I used to work with the school board. I used to work with the county. I heard the mama call her child stupid. And before I know it, I grabbed that lady. I said, don't you ever do that to that child in my presence. The cameras was on me. She said, well, Miss Nat, I said, don't. He's so bad. He is not bad. He busy. Call him a little busy bumblebee. Teach him how to be. What does busy mean? Busy mean you're working, you're doing something. I always bring up the analogy of the bee and the ant. One thing I've never done is call my child bad and call them demons. Why would you call your child a demonic entity? That's evil. Something's wrong with you on the inside to call your child a little demon seed. You hear me? And like Brother Ephraim, I'm going to use you. Brother Ephraim, he lost his baby. You know what I'm saying? He lost his son about a year ago. And you know, this man cherished his children. Going by the conversations that my husband and I have had with him, He cherished his children. Believe that children are a blessing and not a burden. When you lose that, when you love your children every day and every day you just want to hold them tight, but you don't know when the Most High gonna call them back home. You need to learn how to treasure and love your children right now while you have them. I never neglect getting a hug from Xavier or getting an emoji heart from Winston or getting an I love you mama text. Matter of fact, if I don't get one in about 5 or 6 hours, it's like, hey, you forgot to tell me you love me today. It's simple as that. Your children aren't bad. They're a product of your rearing. Stop calling them bad and speak life. Don't you know life and death is in the power of the tongue? Oh, baby, you so busy. Let me show you how a worker ants work. You remind me of a worker bee. Well, and use it as a teachable moment. Oh my God, you're so bright. Most times when you see children can't sit still, one or two things. They're either bored, or they're overstimulated. One of the two. One of the two. I don't believe there's no bad children. I believe children need you to give them a chance. And then also we had a student one time, he would fight everybody. He would beat the teachers up. Every day he would come and he would beat the teachers up. And so finally, I walked in the office one day and he looked up at me. I put my hand on his face and I said, good morning. And the boy stopped. He was throwing a tantrum. They said, whatever you did, we're going to put the child in the room with you. I was like, why y'all going to give the child to me? And finally he said, you know what, Miss Howard? I said, what? Because he was just fighting. Miss Howard. I said, well, what is it? What's wrong with you? Why are you beating up everybody? Nobody don't like me. They won't talk to me. So you beating them up because they won't talk to you? And he says, I'm hungry. I said, okay, well, tell me why you're hungry. My mama don't have no food. Take the time to figure out what's wrong with the child before you label them bad, before you label them stupid, before you label them anything other than a creation, a beautiful gift.
Say that again.
What's that, darling?
That story.
Oh, about
Repeat it again.
one of my students. I'm gonna name him Joey. And I walked into the office one day. Eric asked me to repeat the story. I walked into the office one day. He had them beat up all the teachers. And everybody was at their wits' end. They was getting ready to call, the school popo on him. And I walked in there, all I did was caress his face, and he looked up at me. And they were like, whatever it was you did, we're going to put him with you. And I'm like, I done heard horror stories, and I'm saying to myself, this boy hit me, we going to have some problems. I'm going to get you. No. But I took the child to the classroom, and I noticed before he could start up, he just yelled me, Howard. Nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to be my friend. And I'm like, well, what is the problem? You hitting them, right? Sometimes it takes you to break it down to explain to the child exactly what they're doing before you actually try to reprimand them. Talk to them. Figure out what's going on with them first. Instead of thinking your child's stupid or your child violent or your child is this, that, and the other. Try asking the child, well, how you doing today? What's going on with you? He finally told me, I'm hungry. We don't have no food in my house. My mama don't have no food. You know what I started doing? I started sticking food in the boy's bag. I started giving him extra portions when wasn't nobody looking. Give him the food off my plate. Do you know that child was so productive? Don't you know you can't focus if your stomach grumbling louder than your brain trying to hear what the teacher's saying? You can't function if your stomach rumbling louder than the lesson being taught. But he was labeled bad. He was labeled, illiterate. That boy knew how to read. He knew his colors. He knew everything. But he was hungry. All he needed was somebody to sit down and talk to him.
That is so powerful. Thank you for sharing that, honey.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, that's a powerful story.
You're very welcome.
And that's heartbreaking.
That's why I believe in the ministry of helps and service. Listen, I told the Lord I love children, but I think I may need to help some adults now. The one lady I did a job interview, she said, ma'am, I'm being honest with you, so overqualified for this job. She said, adults, you work with children for so long, I don't know if you want to work with adults. I said, baby, y'all ain't number big kids. Somebody need to pour something into your life. Somebody need to ask you how your day going. If you ask our sons or my husband, the first thing I'm going to ask how your day went. And I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I did that to somebody in the family. And they just stood there looking at me. Like, I said, I want to know how your day went. And they're like, oh, you for real.
How Rizad says, keep it going, Nikki B.
Oh, hey, bro, thank you. I just want to know, at what point did somebody break you? Did you think it's okay to go out and break somebody else? Let me tell you something. Irregardless of how broken I was, I never broke my children. I made sure to do the direct opposite when it came to them. I'm not going to break my babies. I'm not going to break them. I know what it feels like to be told you black, you ugly, you dirty, you pissy, you this and this and that and that. And the names go on and on and on. And they tried it with my baby. Oh, you so black. My baby say, thank you. My mommy taught me my black skin is a blessing. My mommy says I'm handsome. Oh yeah, nobody liked that because your insults have been turned around for their good. Yes, Mr. Vendross.
So Terrence Ephraim says, Brother Terrence Ephraim says, thank God for the Bendros who cried with me.
Oh.
Hours on the phone with me.
Oh.
I'm a witness.
Bro, you're a blessing and not a burden. You are a blessing and not a burden. And you know, it is our honor to be in the ministry of helps. It is our honor to be here for people, to be here for you. It is an honor to be a part of the healing process. I always tell people, if you're going through something, pick up the phone. I'm here. Call me through Facebook. Just long as you ain't calling me for, you know, all that fuddy-duddy. But we're here to be a part of a healing process. I just can't take it when parents dog somebody that you had a hand in creating. Calling them stupid. Don't you know that stupid coming out of your mouth will stick with that child for the rest of their lives? Only because it's you. That ugly will stick with them for their whole lives, because if my mama thinks that I'm ugly, then something must be wrong with me. If my daddy says that I'm stupid and that I'm ugly and that I'm good for nothing, then something must really be wrong with me. And let me tell y'all something. Stop telling your boys they don't need to cry. You better stop telling them they're going to grow up to be fags and sissies and whatever else ugly word that you can conjure out of your mouth. Men hurt too. Boys hurt too. Suck it up, you a man. Part of me just want to reach out and slap the fire out of somebody if you telling that boy don't cry and this child done broke his leg and you men don't cry. If you don't shut, put the shut to the up. I can't stand it to hear a mother tell her son to shut that noise up. You ain't no girl. What? Woo, y'all better, whew. Open messenger, please. Whew. Y'all know this is a tough one for me. It's tough for me because I don't see myself being that kind of parent, not loving my child, not praising them, and not telling them the truth about life. I don't see myself not waking up and giving them a hug and a kiss or sending an I love you text. I just can't see myself not doing that. You know, I'm a parent. Let me tell y'all a backstory. I was told at a young age I'd never bear fruit, that my womb right here was black. I was told that I would never bear fruit. Never. But then the Lord shined his grace on me. He gave me two of them. Two gifts. How dare I spit in his face by mistreating him? I'm like, you thought enough of me, little old me, to bless me to be a vessel for two of your children, your most precious angels. You gave me the anointed one and you gave me the chosen one. I'm still on cloud 10. I don't know. I can't speak for parents for every milestone that they reach, for everything. I'm so blessed that Winston calls to share everything with us. Winston is living his best life, but he still finds time to call and say, I love you, mama. I love you, dad. I love you, bro. It's like, God, we live for those moments. And as Brother Ephraim said, you better learn to enjoy your children and be good to them. Because when they're no longer near us, you won't get beat over your head with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Well, maybe if I would have loved them better. Maybe if I'd have, no, do right by them now. Be there and love them now. What's broken in you? What's broken on the inside of you where you can't see them as a blessing and that you see everything that they do as a burden to your world? Oh, this child gotta see. Oh my God. I told my child, baby, just pass. You might not be an A or B student. Pass. Do your best. I'm not an A or B student. Just pass. Just do your best. Do your best.
So, but what about those people that say, well, Nikki B, what you're saying is gonna have them not reach for the stars and not achieve excellence?
That's not true. Each child is individual. Listen, each child gets there at their own pace. What does the Bible say? The race is not given to the swift, but he who endures. It does. Y'all, I wasn't gonna share this. I just recently graduated with my degree. Guess how long it took me to get? It took me 25 years. Babe, you want to bring me my cap so I can show them, if you don't mind? It took me 25 years to get a degree in political science. I just graduated last week. No, the Friday that just left. I said I wasn't going to share it with anybody. But 25 years. It took me 25 years to graduate, guys. 25 years to get my degree. I saw so many people go before me and get their degrees. I see my children working on bachelors. I see everybody go past me. But did I give up? No, I did not. Did I talk down and badmouth other people? No, I did not. Look at that. Look at it, 25 years. Yeah, it says Nikki B. Regal one. Yes, I love it. It's so pretty. And I'm blessed. It took me 25 years. The race isn't given to the swift, but it's given to the one who endures the most. It's given to the one who has, oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you. Yes, Mr. B. Okay. There's my tassel, y'all, 2021. I am a political scientist. So I just need you to realize that your children have feelings. I need you to realize you can't just handle them any old kind of way. Because, baby, the world ain't going to be good to them. You don't want the world to get hold to them without that training, without that proper love and equipped. If not, they're just going to buckle. Open messenger, please. Teaching that a child's dreams and aspirations and goals are impossible to reach. There are individuals who are inspired to uncommon goals and unique careers. Many parents refuse to acknowledge this. Often they consider their offspring's goals unrealistic and lofty. They often attempt to get their children into more realistic careers and aspirations that are workable and secure. Now, I was always told you should be a nurse. You should be a teacher. Those are good fields for you. That way you'll always have a job. It's like I can't do nothing else but care for people's children or care for sick people. So what I did when I went back to school, because I've always been told this, you should be a nurse. Yeah, I'm a great teacher, but I'm done with teaching children. I want to do something else. Oh, well, that's not good. You too old to break into a new field, I was told. You too old, girl. You 45. You too old. And guess what I did? When I got to GSU and they asked me, well, what you want to do with yourself? We see you got a lot of experience in education. I want political science. That man looked at me. He goes, the advisor goes, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I had people tell me, girl, you too old to start over. It doesn't matter. I did it. The Lord did it. I chose political science and I'm done with that. Next, I don't know what's next, but the Lord blessed me. As a parent, whatever your child decides to choose, how dare you tell them you ain't gonna make no money that way? So what? If they choose to be a freelance dog walker, encourage them to be the best freelance dog walker there is. Come on now. I'm gonna need you to do better by your children. Speak life over them. Oh, that ain't gonna make you no money. I get it. Yes, Mr. B.
All right, so we are in. What about the lower class? Or I'm sorry, that's not the right. What I'm saying is those parents who are working 2 and 3 jobs just to
Okay.
get by, and they are stressed to no end, and then it's like they got to come home and rear children, and like you said, not being the perfect parent. But what about them? They're saying, Nikki B, that's all well and good, but you're not in my shoes, or are you? Have you been?
Yes. I've been in your shoes where I had one infant in the arm and one in the diaper. Mommy, 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 they're crying. I had to go to work, come home, and still. Let me just put it to you this way. We as women, we are strong because we wear many hats. Now, I'm not going to say nothing insensitive as to say, well, you shouldn't have laid down and got him. I'm not going to say that because some women can't take birth control. Some things happen. So I'm not going to be that insensitive. But, the computer went down. But what I am going to say is pace yourself. Map out a plan as to how you're going to do things. Love on your babe. This is a really hard because I'm not
Still.
I'm gonna need you to figure out you. You got these children. The Lord allowed them to come into your life for a reason. If your children are older, teach them how to be productive in the home. If you feel like you're doing everything by yourself, then you can teach your children. Let me tell you something with Winston and Xavier. By the time they were 10, they were doing dishes, they were doing laundry, they was sweeping, they was doing everything. They saw me struggling. They said, Mama, you struggling a lot. Can we help you? And in my brain, you're not supposed to do that to your children. You're supposed to store up for your children, not your children store up for you. But they said to me, Mama, let us help you. So to that mom who may have all those kids and you struggling, your children may want to help you. Ask for help. You can't be superwoman all the time. You might have watched your mama do that, and then in turn, your mama took it out on you because she had to do it all by herself. You got to break that ugly cycle. I was trying to find the right words. That's what took me so long. I didn't want to just spout out something. I want you to.
Well, how did you, because just from what I know,
Okay.
there were times where you had some really dark times, but
Yeah.
Winston and Xavier have no clue. Purposely so. You didn't want to further traumatize them.
Yeah.
So how did you do it when, I mean, you really went through some stuff. Some the public knows about, some they don't. But you still managed to provide a loving home, even with being abused and all that stuff. How did you do that? How were you able to do that?
So I remember vividly one day, the day I was sexually assaulted for the second time. I remember I was at work and I hurt my back and I was coming home and the guy was like, "Oh, I want to make sure you're okay." And he threw me around that room like a rag doll. I promise you, the worst way. I got home. I still had to pick up the kids, come home, clean, cook, and still do my wifely duties. And never being asked if I were okay. As a black woman, not just as a woman, but as a black woman, we are expected to be so strong. The only reason I was able to get through this is because the Most High, I had him to be my strength. You know, people say the joy of the Lord is your strength. Terrence has been my friend for years, and I have never put anything out there. I had never let on that I was hurting. I always just posted a scripture. It was nothing but the Most High strength that I made it through, and that I saw my children as a blessing and not a burden. And when I would come through that door and they would wrap their arms around me, even if I just went downstairs to get something from the car, and I come back up and they would wrap their arms around me, and it would make it all the better. It would make all that pain stop. See, that's why I don't understand how you can damage your children when they come from you, when they are filled with so much love and they're innocent and all they want is for you to love them back. They don't want you to put them down and knock on them and tell them they're stupid. I can't for the life of me understand how women can do that, how men can do that, how you can speak so ill of your child. How you can, I don't know, because Winston and Xavier helped me get through some of the most toughest times in my life. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm going through this all by myself. No, the children are going through it with you. They were right there with me. They got left right along with me. They got abused right along with me. All of that stuff, they endured it with me. We became each other's support system. We knew that it was greater. We had a lot of strength in numbers, that we knew that we had to stick together. But it's because of the way I brought them up. That you two, always teach them, look out for your brother, look out for each other. Always look out for your brother. Never let somebody give your brother something and not you. Because that means you pitting the children against each other. Well, I'm going to give this to him, and then you have the other child sitting there looking hungry. That's not something I did. If I can't give one, I ain't giving the other. Both of y'all not going to get it. That's why I'm trying to figure out, mama, daddy, brother, sister, what's broken in you where you cannot, where you have to divide your children, that you don't know how to bring them together and love on them and teach them how to respect each other, not have them competing with one another. How I made it through, I did the direct opposite of my environment. My environment was not nurturing like that. I decided that I was going to give them a choice. I wasn't going to tell them they were stupid. I wasn't going to tell them they wasn't going to be nothing. I decided by the leading of the Most High that I was going to do the direct opposite of everything that I had received when it came to Winston and Xavier. Again, before they got in trouble, I would say, let me tell you why you getting ready to get in trouble. And they'd be like, oh, here we go. And they'll tell you. I would tell them why they're getting in trouble. I would tear them up and say, now come here and give me a hug. And they'll tell you, Xavier just said it the other day, I used to hate it. She would hug me after she done with me. Yeah. That don't mean I'm going to stop loving you. That mean I'm going to let you feel some type of way. Yeah, you was wrong. Yeah, you got in trouble. But let me follow up with a hug and let you know that I still love you and that I'm going to still be here for you. There go Mr. Bendroff, y'all.
All right, let's make sure we clarify. When you say whoop and
okay, pop, tear they behind up.
But we're not talking about abuse.
No.
You never drew blood.
Oh, no. You can ask them. Y'all can inbox them if you want to ask them. They'll tell you if their mama drew blood from them or not. No. I spared the rod and spoiled the child. Did I beat the hell out of them? No, I did not. But I did tap them up. Let them know we're not doing that. We're not doing it. They never got in trouble for bad grades because I wasn't an A person. I tell them quick, boy, pass. As long as if you get a D, I'm proud of you for that D. I don't. But one thing I would not let them do is tear each other down or compete against each other or tear another person down. That's why Terrence said, I want my children to be happy. And that's what I did. I wanted them to be happy. I was not their friend because not being their friend is different from being their parent. I'm their parent. I'm your mama. I showed them respect. You have to model respect. You're going to respect me in my house. How? If you don't show the child what respect looks like. How? It puzzles me. It boggles the mind that you want your children to be all these things, but are you a proper role model? Are you displaying these things that you want your child to be? Are you emulating what you want your child to be? Open messenger, please. Living their kids' lives and planning their careers. There are parents who believe that they know what's best for their children. They plan their children's life from birth to marriage to career and beyond. They believe that they are making their child's lives easier and less stressful. However, they are doing irreparable damage and making their children quite dependent and indecisive regarding the simplest life choices. Many kids are living their parents' lives and not their own authentic lives, much to regret. Again, parents need to check their egos and loosen up a bit. Being an overbearing parent leads to pushback from the child and is not worth it in the long run. If your child don't want to be a nurse, stop trying to make it go to nursing school. If your child don't want to marry Larry, who own a grocery store, leave the child alone. Maybe she saw Larry do something lewd and she don't want him. Stop trying to say, well, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Because there's some mothers who tell their daughters, you better push up them bosoms and you better use what you got to get that man out there. Get you a man that got some money. Get you a man who gonna take care of you. I don't want no man to take care of me. I want us to do it together. That's the problem. You teaching your child your body is the only way to success. Show a man your cleavage. Be sweet to him and they'll buy you school clothes. What the hell? What? You basically telling your child it's okay to prostitute her body to get what she wants. Use what you got to get what you want. You ain't got to use your brain, just use your body. What? And then you want to get mad and call all types of whores and everything else because she out here jumping from man to man to man, but you've instilled this in her as a child. Be careful. Your children are listening. I had one of my niece's little friends said when she grew up, she wanted to be a dog and she wanted to be a whore. Because that's what her mama did in front of her. What's broken in you that you can't live a life that's holy and acceptable and pleasing in the sight of the Lord and definitely in front of your children? What's going on with you where you just gotta be the biggest slut down here and you tell your children, however you live your life is your business, but you don't have the right to do that to your children. You don't have the right to tell your daughter, see, this is how I do it. This is how you can get a man too. You don't have that right. You don't have the right to tell your son to get out there in the corner and sling dope just because you do it. You don't have that right. The Lord charged you to raise them up in the admonition and the nurturing. He says, the children are taught of the Lord and great shall be their peace. That's what you charged to do. You're supposed to raise those children right. You know what? I'm going to need y'all to do better. I'm going to need y'all to be better, do better, learn better, love better. But work on your self-esteem first before you decide to bring another beautiful gift here into this land. Because we don't want the children to be damaged goods because you damaged. Because somebody damaged you, you think it's okay to damage your child. No, ma'am, the ugly cycle needs to break. Stop calling your child dumb MFers. Because I done heard mothers call their children, you dumb mother so-and-so. You so damn stupid. You ain't gonna never amount to nothing. He ain't, or she ain't gonna never amount to nothing with you as a parent. They're never gonna spread their wings and fly. You have them so scared, they ain't gonna know they left from their right. And when somebody come along to show genuine love, they ain't gonna know how to receive it because look at how you've treated your child all this time. Yeah, you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I hope it make you become a better parent and stop talking to your child any old kind of way. You might not have finished school. Don't knock your child's dreams and tell them they ain't gonna be nothing. They dumb and they stupid. Your child repeating grades because your words replaying in their head every day over and over and over. Yes, they do. 9 times out of 10, if you were called ugly by your parent, you look in the mirror every day and you still hear your mom's voice calling you ugly, telling you you black, telling you you no good, telling you you'll never be nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Praise the Most High. I am one parent who loves and delights in being a parent, who loves and delights in being an encourager. I love and delight myself in the Lord, who enables me to spread hope, light, and positivity. It's some days, my husband tell you, some days I'll be like, grrr. But then those days don't outweigh my good days. They don't outweigh my encouraging days. And it never stops me from spreading love and loving on our children and being that solid foundation. That if they ever decide they leave home, they feel so confident. They feel so confident that they'll make it out there. Even though they'll say, well, you know what? I know I'm making it, but you'll always have a place to come back to. But I want you to go out there and I want you to figure it out. And if you don't succeed, that don't mean you're a failure. That just means you need to approach it another way. It's time for us to talk to our children instead of at our children. It's time for us to sit down and listen to them. Listen to what they're going on. And if they're telling you they're hurting on the inside, if they're telling you they're feeling some type of way, it's your job to love on them. It is not your job to piss on these children and tell them it's rain, to tell them they're stupid, tell them boys don't cry. Again, men hurt too. Mothers, stop telling your sons not to cry. Stop having them bottle up that aggression. Stop. And stop teaching your daughters that it's okay to tell a man he's a pussy. Excuse my French. But it needs to be said. Stop telling a man that he is a pussy because he has feelings, because he hurts on the inside. Would you like it if somebody called you that? Then why would you fix your mouth to call somebody that? I have a big problem with that. Men need to be allowed to express how they feel. If Eric come and tell me something 100 times a day, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to listen. I'm going to push everything aside and I'm going to listen. I'm not going to call him a wuss or a wimp or a crybaby. I'm not. Yes, Mr. Bendross.
Got a few comments.
Oh, boy.
One young lady, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Monroe. She says, congratulations, Queen. I guess that was about your degree.
Thank you.
And then she also said, I'm having a hard time with my daughter. I tried everything.
When you say you're having a hard time with your daughter, sweetheart, if you don't mind, Nicole, elaborating on when you say you're having a hard time with your daughter, that way we can kind of strategize live, if you're able to tell me.
All right. And Ron Jerome says, preach.
Hi, Ron. Thank you.
And then we have Sister Pamela Davis.
Hi, Pamela.
She says words carry power.
Yes, they do.
She also said,
your words do carry power, guys.
Some parents want their kids to live out their dreams.
You know, I did speak about that. You want your child to marry somebody rich because you're living in poverty. Maybe that's not for them. You know what? Let me tell you something. The best times that I've had with my babies, our babies, is when we didn't have much. We made everything. We knew we were so faithful over the small. We were so faithful and happy with the small that when he enlarged our territory, we knew what to do with it. We knew what to do with it. Your words carry power. You can't live your child's life. Like I said, my son is a historian. He any and all things about the Bible, that's Winston. Xavier is a sound engineer. They wanted to be a baby doctor, as they put it, a baby doctor and a lawyer. And I did my best to try and mold that. But when they said, no, Mama, we don't want to be that, guess what I did? Hands off. Yes, Mr. Bendross.
No, just I'll let you know it's 1:38.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to wrap it up. Nicole, if you're able to reach out, have you sat and talked to your daughter and try to figure out what's going on, in a sense? Maybe she's being bullied. Maybe she's going through something internally. Maybe it's, they had a study that what children watch on TV can sometimes influence them. I'm going to tell you what I did with my sons. I put on all the old school shows, all the old school black shows. I'm for real. I put on everything ancient for them because I noticed that new school stuff was not happening. So they knew all about what's happening, different strokes. They knew all about all that stuff. All those programming have teachable moments. Anything that you may be going through with your child, they have teachable moments. And I will use those moments to maybe pinpoint what's going on. If not, it's okay to take her to a licensed therapist. We're an advocate. We're going to go seek some therapy. Because I know as a mom, I couldn't take them to that next level. Or give them what I could give them without saying, my baby, my baby. They needed another perspective. Maybe your daughter may need a fresh pair of ears and eyes on a situation. And maybe she'll be able to open up more to them, because sometimes children need an outlet too. All right, guys, this has been Say What Wednesdays. I am your host again, Nikki B, the elegant and regal one. I want to wish you guys a happy holiday. I'll see you guys again on Say Something Saturdays. But I want to thank you for allowing me into your hearts and in your homes. Keep it locked. DJ Hot Rizard is up next. Love you guys. The struggle is real, but the journey is worth it.